Good evening, our viewers. This is Tigray Television English Program Service coming to you live from Maqala. Yesterday, federal government delegations led by House of People's Representative Speaker Taddese Chafo paid one-day visit to Maqala. The House Speaker promised the restoration of services soon. Many wonder if the peace deal signed between Ethiopian government and Tigrayan leaders has taken grounds and changed course for ordinary Tigrayans who have been suffering for the last 2 years. Abil Tsagabo has the analysis for that.
December 26 marks a special day for the people of Tigray and the entire people of Ethiopia. Federal government delegation led by House of People's Representative Speaker Taddese Chafo arrived in Maqala. For many, it brought major joy. The delegation is the first delegation to come to Tigray in 2 years of time. Negotiators who used to meet abroad are now in Tigray's capital, Maqala. House Speaker has to speak to TPLF's chairman, whose party was designated terrorist in the House. The delegation spoke with Tigray religious leaders who asked the swift restoration of services for the deaths and suffering caused due to the siege to end. The questions remain the same everywhere. The basic services. Representatives of the local community have also implored for the services to be opened. The delegation said it shares the feeling and promised the immediate restoration of services without exactly telling when.
In these 2 years, what happened in our country, especially in Tigray, is really shocking and never been expected to happen on people. Killing one another, no electricity, no banking, no telecommunication, and no medicine, and shutting all humanitarian corridors into the region. If the services can be opened today, why do we have to wait until tomorrow? He told us in short period of time, but we want to know how long is short period of time. We understand there are things that needs to be done, but we want to know the exact time. We need the service. This is what we have been discussing. Every sector is working to restore services in Tigray. You all have to be sure that we will do it. We will also solve problems related with basic commodities and medicines. What we have to do is just to keep the peace.
The delegation was yet to meet its objective to discuss implementation of the peace deal with the Tigray regional authorities. President Debrecen stated his government is working for the full implementation of the peace deal, while requesting the federal government to withdraw non-Indian forces according to the agreement. House Speaker Taddese on his part mentioned the commitment made by his government and said that the security problems will be solved jointly with Tigray leadership.
You should also be cautious of the Eritrean and Amhara forces. We need the peace. Our people need the peace, not for political rhetoric. They really need it.
ከዚህ ቀን ጀምሮ መቆም ያለባቸው ነገሮች እንዲቆሙ ማድረግ ያስፈልጋል ማለት ነው። ከፍ ባለ ወዳለ ደረጃ ማሻገር ይኖርብናል ማለት ነው። ቅድም ታነሳው የጸጥታ መዋቅሮች እዚህ በትግራይ ክልል ውስጥ ያለውን ችግር እኛም የተዋየን ስለሆነ በስምምነታችን መሰረት የሁሉ መልክ እንዲይዝ ማድረግ ነው።
This day is special. We have to take the peace process one step ahead. Those what you have mentioned regarding the security in Tigray, we're discussing on that. We believe we have to take care of it according to the agreement and without any excuse. We also need to do that together.
The team enjoyed its visit in Maqala but had to leave to Addis. For Ethiopia's government communication minister, State Minister Salamoit Kasa, the visit was historic. For Tigray's Getachew was a significant moment that showed everything is possible if both parties have the interest in peace.
This is actually a very historic moment, and it is something to be remembered throughout history. The people of Tigray and the rest of Ethiopia, the whole community has aspired, to resolve the differences, to resolve the conflict into a peaceful manner.
This shows that if there is the interest of peace from both sides, forces who want to spoil the agreement have no any power. However, we have to be always cautious on those who do not want the peace. We need also to avoid reservations with on one another and solve the problem of our people.
It goes without question that the visit has taken the peace process to another level. But will the peace still hold and make differences to the ordinary Tigrayans suffering from lack of food and medicine remains to be seen.
Religious fathers welcomed the high-level delegation of the Ethiopian government in Mekelle yesterday and said death stories have continued to be heard due to lack of food, medication, and other essentials indispensable to life. Meanwhile, they also expressed their best wishes for peace to flourish all over the country. Haile Gebru has more.
Following the high-level federal government body visit into the region, Abuna Isaias, Archbishop of Mekelle, said that what was and still happening in Ethiopia is a doomsday, caused for hundreds of thousands of people to die and millions to displace, particularly in Tigray.
In these stories, what happened in our country, especially in Tigray, is really shocking and never been expected to happen on people. Killing one another, no electricity, no banking, no telecommunication, and no medicine, and shutting all humanitarian corridors into the region.
Abuna Isaias also added that still these stories are continued to be heard due to lack of food, medication, and other essentials indispensable to life. On top of this, he also expressed his best wishes regarding the sustainability of peace just to flare all over the country.
Many are still dying. Elderly, young children are suffering and dying as there is no medical supply. All Tigrayan fathers and mothers are on their prayers, and this is bringing a light for hope. We wish this deal would be implemented fully. God bless our country.
Sheikh Adam Abdelkader, President of Islamic Affairs of Tigray, also says that he is hopeful regarding the resumption of service in the region.
Dear guests from Addis Ababa, on this special day, I am going to tell you what happened to all Tigrayans and on Tigray would not be new to you. Tigray has been under siege for 2 horrific years, but now thank you for coming here. We hope all that the siege will be lifted. All the transport, banking, internet, and telecommunication will also be available soon.
Yesterday's visit by Ethiopian delegates has also sparked new hope amongst residents of the capital as the three promises resumption of basic services. Our reporters spoke to residents of Mekelle that they say it's a great step that have been made to reconnect Tigray to the rest of the world, yet still feel there is more to be done. Let's take a look.
Peace, democracy, and development are what the people of Tigray want. When I heard they came here yesterday, I was happy. I hope things can be how they used to be, and that people displaced from their homes will be able to return.
We heard internet and banking as well as air transportation were going to begin. We are happy to hear this news.
What has already happened is enough. We should not live in war.
There's nothing to be gained from war. I'm a health professional, and I know how many patients I've lost due to this war. It is very difficult. We had times where nurses and doctors used to faint from hunger. So the process that started yesterday needs to be strengthened. Basic services need to be resumed as soon as possible.
This peace needs to be an inclusive one. Different forces occupying parts of Tigray need to leave immediately.
Ethiopian Airlines says it will resume commercial flights to Mekelle starting from Wednesday. In a press statement earlier today, CEO of Ethiopian Airlines Mesfin Tasso stated that the airlines would be making its first flight to Tigray in more than 17 months. Mesfin said Mekelle Alula Banaga Airport is intact and ready to resume flights. The CEO also added that there will be 1 flight per day and flights will increase based on demands from travelers. The announcement comes a day after delegates of the federal government made a visit to the capital, Mekelle. Let's take a look at the CEO statement.
አንድ ከኢትዮጵያ ሲቪል አቪዬሽን ባለስልጣንና ከኢትዮጵያ አየር መንገድ ባለሙያዎች የተሳተፉበት ቡድን ወደ መቀሌ ተጉዞ የመቀሌ የአውሮፕላን ማረፊያ ለበረራ ዝግጁ መሆኑን ተመልክቶ ተመልሷል። ባገኘነው ውጤት መሰረት የአውሮፕላን ማረፊያው ለበረራ ዝግጁ መሆኑን አረጋግጠናል። በዚህ መሰረት ከነገ ረቡዕ ጀምሮ ከአዲስ አበባ መቀሌ ተቋርጦ የነበረውን መደበኛ የመንገደኞች የአየር ትራንስፖርት ሰርቪስ እንጀምራለን። የመቀሌ ኤርፖርት ኢንስፔክሽን የሚያሳየው ራንዌውም ጥሩ ሁኔታ ላይ ነው ያለው። የአውሮፕላን ማቆሚያው ጥሩ ሁኔታ ላይ ነው ያለው። መንገደኞች ቼኪን የሚያደርጉበት ሻንጣ መረከቢያና ማስረከቢያው ሁሉ ነገር ኮምፒውተሮችን ቦታቸው ላይ ነው ያሉት። ምንም የጎደለ ነገር የለም። የጎደለ ነገር ቢኖር የቴሌኮሙኒኬሽን የዳታ ኔትወርክ ነበር። እሱም በዛሬው ዕለት ተጠናቆ ያልቃል።
That's it for this edition. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.